I am delighted to say that we have Mark Lamont with us to answer your questions. Mark, how you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. All the better after the weekend's victory. How were the boys after that? Bit relieved more than anything?
With the last two games before that, we put good performances in. And we knew it was coming, but the relief to get the 3 points, and then the way it was a graft. You know what I mean? It was 2 each, and then finally getting that winner for that goal for Goodies is frightening and all. But it was just a relief.
Yeah, I think there was one of the angles in the highlights. I think you see yourself just at the bottom of the screen, and you can just see the absolute relief as the ball hits the net. It was hard to end. Montrose are a very good team. They're proving that.
Played some good football on Saturday. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, they're so well drilled. Obviously, you guys will know that more firsthand. Okay, so we'll move on to the actual questions. And first up, we're going to go for teammates, around the teammates. The not so subtly ripped off a soccer AM. Mitch kind of sold you down the river a wee bit, Mark, last time, so I'm expecting some retaliation here.
We'll see what I can come up with.
Right. Okay, so first up, we'll go for best trainer.
Best trainer. I'd say we JJ. See the boy in one for St Mirren?
Yeah, Jay Henderson.
No, the Josh Jack.
Oh, Josh Jack, sorry.
I mean, they disrespected the Jay Henderson, but I'll put Josh Jack down as best trainer because the ability, you can see the ability he's got, he's brilliant.
Is that just a grafting training, or is it anything else?
Well, as a graft, like the gaffer, he's on us. You know what I mean? He wants the best of us. It's high demands. He wants, but you wouldn't want your manager making it easy for you. Or there'll be something wrong. You know what I mean? He only sees us 2 nights a week, so he needs to work us.
That's it.
Make the most of the time that he has available. Okay, on the flip side, who's the worst trainer? Mitch sat in the fence with this, and we need some definitive answers.
I'm not sitting in the fence. No.
Yes, love to hear it.
Worst trainer. To be fair, there is everybody's quite good at training. I'm trying to think. I don't even know. Worst trainer? Goody. I'll say Goody.
Oh, right. Old one.
You heard it here first.
And I'm not saying he's bad at training, right? He'll turn up obviously because he's brilliant, but sometimes he has one and it's hilarious. He goes off his nut a lot, so he comes in saying he's rotten and all that. So I'll put Goody down. I'm sure he'll not have a problem with it.
No. Most skillful.
Christoph. I actually hate marking him because he just stands on your toes and all that. It's ridiculous. I try to get away.
I think since the start of the season, he's had maybe like 8 or 9 nutmegs on players. It's frightening.
What a normal nutmeg. It's like he turns up at 5 times, then puts it through the guy's leg. It's just don't know how he does it.
It's cruel on other players.
He played futsal, but before he came to Clyde, so we
probably. I think
do you see much
Norwegian international for futsal?
I didn't know that.
I think so. I could be talking nonsense, but
who knows?
I remember just after he signed for us, I was doing the good old Google trying to find out whether I could.
So does Christoph kind of bring out that skill in training, like to try and mug you all off? Or?
It's actually quite annoying, but he's quite strong. Like he's a strong boy. If you try to get near him, he's either standing on your toes or he's so clumsy. Ridiculous.
It looks like he's bulked up a bit since the off season.
Strong, but he's clumsy. Like he'll stand on your toes and it's like murder. You're walking away, see that way when somebody stands your toe and you stub your toe. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Every week in training if you're near him, man.
Okay, moving on. The quickest player.
Give that to BJ Henderson. He's rapid.
That was about the same Mitch. Next one should be interesting. Biggest moaner.
Mitch.
He said the same.
No, like,
Yeah.
joke. Sometimes it's borderline embarrassing. Like, see, like, keepers have this thing where, like, see in a game, if we're playing wee game, see if you try to chip him, like, he'll go off his nut at you. Well, it's just part of the game, but it'll be raging for like 5-10 minutes. You're like, get a grip, man. But
You just do it to wind them up.
When he moans, it makes me want to do it more. So, but he can moan. He can moan, but he's a good keeper. I don't know a good keeper that doesn't moan. So,
I think we mentioned that a few weeks ago. Like when he comes out for crosses and stuff, he'll maybe gaze a wee shout, but it's all constructive, so it's good. That's what you want for your keeper, you know.
Nah, he's a good talker at the back. He's a great keeper, let's be honest. But he's a moaner.
No, we're lucky to have him. I think he's probably, if not the best keeper in the league, in my opinion.
I'd agree with that.
Aye.
Right, next one, most intelligent.
Well, there's no many. I'd say, well, there's two that comes to my mind. Big Kev Nicol and Mark McCann. But I see, like, street smart, I'd give that to Kev, but intelligent, I'll give that to McNiff. It's just like, see, every time when we went to Portugal after the promotion, if you know that, but you probably did see it on our Instagrams and that. We always see if we've got a night out and all, we always get McNiff to book it, just because we always say he works at a bank. That's all reason. I don't know.
Organised.
I don't know why, but he does all the booking and all that. So I'll give it. Kev might not be happy with this, but I'll give it.
You'll be in the end of one of Kev's challenges in training, which is probably more problematic for you, mate.
Okay. Just watch it.
Okay, on the flip, least intelligent.
You try to stitch me up.
Aye.
Listen, I guarantee all the boys say me, but I'm not agreeing with it. So I'm going to go. Do you know what? Goody, he's thick. He really is. Like, he might not come up. He's thick. But he'll not admit that, but he's thick. Love his daft as a brush and all. There's a few years, but I guarantee every one of them will say me. So it's a joke, but
we'll take account at the end of the season and let you know, Mark.
we'll do a wee award show.
An award show. Who's the dafty? Right, last couple. We'll go for worst taste in music.
It's hard to say because obviously this year we've not had a night out together with this new squad. Yeah. So on the boys that I know, Lovey plays the tunes in the dressing room and I like them. He likes the ones I like and all. So, but Chrissy Johnson, he's into like Arctic Monkeys and all that. Like I think I only know one song, right? And I like that one, but the rest is guff in my eyes. So
hey, okay, we'll move on to worst dress sense. Now, this is your chance to get Mitch back because this is where you got stitched up big time.
This is where it got interesting.
I just want to explain this shoes thing.
Please do.
First of all, so I didn't go at that. I can't wear shoes because I'm too young. I say that it's like, see what they're wearing, where like imagine skinny jeans or something, or like just jeans with big massive brogues, big boats. You know what I mean? It looks terrible. It does. I don't care what everybody says. It looks terrible. So I wear trainers all the time. And imagine I'd have been 21 in Dublin when we went. Imagine a 21-year-old going about in big massive brogues. You know what I mean? It's not a good thing, mate. So that's my opinion on it. So stuff you, Mitch.
So shots fired. Love it.
No, I tell him I'd get him back anyway. So, but I'll give the worst dressed to. I want to say Mitch, but his gear was actually all right. Apart from his big tan coat, but it was a Be Inspired tan coat. Like, you don't wear Be Inspired tan coats. That's my opinion anyway. If you get a tan coat, you wear a smart coat. But the rest of his gear was all right. His trainers on Sunday and that were nice. So I'll give it. McNiff, he wears these trousers quite high for me. So I'll give him McNiff. Like his ankles, so you can see his ankles. I'm not into it. Not interested.
trouser legs at half mast. It's not a good look.
If you want to wear three-quarter length, wear them.
Aye, exactly. You go all in. If you're going to do it, go all in. Last but not least, we'll go for the Joker. And I've got a funny feeling there's going to be a recurring theme here.
Me and Lovey, I like a laugh. Goody likes a laugh and all. Big Kev brilliant when he changes room. He really is. Like, he's funny. He's smart. See, like I'm saying, street smart. He knows every joke. He knows how to get you. See, if you try to game a bit, you know you're getting it right back 10 times worse.
If the boys noticed the difference since Kev's came back, obviously there's probably just a couple of training sessions in that time, but
he's been out with an ankle injury. That's his first time. He was training. No, in fact, he wasn't training. He was in the squad Saturday, and then he was in on Tuesday. But when we found out, well, that's brilliant. It was just what we needed. So, like, somebody we know, somebody that has a laugh, good around the change room, lift the spirits a wee bit. It was perfect timing for the gaffer, I thought, and it suited both parties. I think it was something we missed a wee bit. Maybe to come on and see you at a game.
The one thing we discussed last Friday on the live show was a very young midfield, obviously yourself included in that. I think Barry is possibly the oldest listed midfielder we have on the books, and he's hardly at the end of his career himself. So that experience could certainly help us going forward.
I think it can only make us better. That I mean, it's not going to make us worse. So I see it as a massive positive towards the squad.
Yeah, and long may that continue going ahead.
Doing better.
Right, I'm going to take a back seat. I'm going to pass you over to Boise, who's going to start working his way through the fan submitted questions. And yeah, over to you, Boise.
Yeah, that's it. So as Paul mentioned, just get a few questions from our Twitter and Facebook. So first one, Mark, how have you and the players that came up from League 2 felt the standard is in League 1? Is there much of a step up? And if so, what are the kind of differences that you and the boys notice?
It's definitely a step up. I mean, like, you've got, I don't know how many it is, maybe 3 full-time teams now in this league, Airdrie, Thistle and Falkirk. So it's Matt, can you hear me?
I just watched you there a wee bit.
Oh, it's doing nothing again. I got a phone call there, sorry.
That's fine.
So the standard is it's definitely higher. But you don't get away with as much as you did in League 2.
Aye.
So it's more the fact that you need to be on it. You need to be more concentrated for 90 minutes. You need to be concentrated for 90 minutes in League 2, but it's just more concentrated. Because there's better players that are in League 1 for a reason. I mean,
Aye.
But that's really the difference.
Aye, definitely kind of higher chance of getting kind of picked off on the attack and stuff if you have that wee lapse.
Aye.
So you had re-signed in the summer, obviously. Was there anything that kind of helped sway your decision? Because there was a few rumours going about that there was a few other clubs that were interested.
I just thought with the current situation, firstly, I wanted to sort out my future, and I wanted to be at Clyde. I love at the club. You know what I mean? I love being at the club. The gaffer likes me. He's made that clear to me that he likes me, and I trust the gaffer. I feel as if the gaffer trusts me. And the most important thing for me is the gaffer makes us play football. You know what I mean, if I could go to any other team, and I could say I play for MD, then they play that long ball. I'm as well sitting in the stand. It's not my game. You know what I mean? And I love the boys at the club. They're the biggest thing, but they're a very tight, close bunch. And I think that shows, especially last year. And then also this is a new squad. But I feel as if we're getting there this year.
Aye, definitely, that's good. So obviously, Mark, you came from Partick Thistle. How was the Derby win at the start of the season for the good guys?
Well, it would have been better if I played longer, but I hope the gaffer's watching. I know. No, it was good. It's always nice to win a derby, even if you've not been at the club. But I said Thistle brought me up, gave me my debut. But no, it was nice. I enjoyed it.
That's good. Me and Paul enjoyed the celebrations, socially distancing in the car park. So another one was, do you have any pre-match superstitions? And do any of the other guys in the squad have any weird ones that we should know about?
Clean, preferably. Try and keep it PG.
I don't actually think MD does. Something comes to mind that Scotty Rumsby does, but I don't know what it is. He's so neat and tidy up with everything. Like his boots, he's get I don't know what you call them. Things to keep them in shape and all that. He comes in with them in his boots.
Oh,
he puts them in his trainers when he takes them off. So I don't know. It comes to mind that he does something, but I can't mind. I don't know if it's. I can't mind. I don't. But to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if nobody has any. But
yeah. We'll be getting Scotty Rumsby on just purely for Boise.
Fan of Rumsby, aye.
Aye, that's it. Rumsby #1 fan. So another one. Which two players, past and present, would you have loved to play with, and who has been your toughest opponent so far?
Past and present. Anyone? Aye,
anyone.
Well, I'd love to play with Messi because I wouldn't even need to do much. I'd just give him the ball. You know? I'd get assist after assist. Past, I don't know. Bro, maybe I missed the era with Gaza. Was at Rangers, so I'd like to play with him because I heard he was brilliant. But I'm a Rangers man, so that's probably a wee bit biased. But Gaza. I mean, I could play with Pele or Maradona or that, but I'll go with Gaza.
Aye, good answer. So another one that me and Paul thought was quite good. Obviously, being a midfielder yourself, do you feel like the loss of Grant McCann has impacted on your role with the team, or what has been asked of you from midfield this season?
Listen, it's always like, see, when you lose good players, it's always going to be tough. But the boy, Cudz has been in there. He's good in there as well. I feel as if that is Cudz's position. He can do a job at right back as well. And the boy Lloyd, he's come in. He's doing well as well. He's a young boy as well. But I think I said in an interview maybe last year, a couple of years ago, like Grant is the best centre mid I've played with.
And very, very, very intelligent.
I've not played with a lot, mind you, but
I stand out.
For a player to read the game so well, and we had a right good connection. He always looked to get the ball to my feet, which I loved about him because I love getting the ball. That's the way I play. I love getting the ball to my feet. So Granty, we had a good partnership in there. With McStay as well. McStay gave you energy, drive. I mean, it was a good midfield. But that's football. Players come and go. Granty's went up a level. McStay's went back to Australia. And it's up to the boys to come in and make it better. Play well. And there's no excuses for boys leaving. It's up to us.
Yeah, I mean, big boots to fill. But and these guys are young enough. You've got Danny and Alan leading them. So plenty of scope for improvement. And Danny and Alan bring out the best in players, as you said.
No, the gaffer was a centre mid himself as well, so that can only help me and the other centre mids because he was. I think he was a good player. I hope I don't say that sucking up his arse, but I heard he was.
That's that. So just going on that, Mark, you were saying that you like to get the ball down on the deck and play football. And I think a lot of Clyde fans would agree that that suits kind of cutting through the middle of teams and especially feeding David Goodwillie the ball to his feet, which, as we've seen, is a great thing to happen for the amount of goals that he scores and everything else. So just going off a lot of fans' questions, do you see yourself in more of an attacking role in the midfield as to where you've maybe been asked to play? Where do you feel your best position is in that midfield?
I feel as if I can have more of an effect on the game higher up. But any player that says they can only play one position is nonsense. You know what I mean? You need to do stuff for the team. I feel as if I can get a press better higher up because I know people are behind me because sometimes I'm a bit like headless chicken. But I'd rather get the ball there and try to feed the likes of Goody, Lovey, Chrissy, Roscoe, players like Jay Henderson that. But if the gaffer needs me in a deeper role, I'm more than happy to go in there.
We saw that press as well against the Falkirk last year when you scored that goal at home. I think that's an example of that. Yeah. Get right on the
I've
scored a few against Falkirk last year. So
I keep it up this season as well.
Yeah. Right, so I'm going to hand you over to Paul just for the last couple of questions, and then we'll just sign off, I guess.
Yep, so we've got a topical question based on the whole COVID issues just now. So if you were to pick 3 players or staff members at the club to form a bubble with, who would it be and why?
I missed that one, Paul. It's went that way again. Sorry.
No problem. If you hear me okay?
Sorry.
Yeah. If you had to pick 3 players or staff members to form a bubble with, who would it be and why?
That's a good question.
I'd have 3.
Yeah, 3. We'll keep to COVID compliance rules.
I'd have Lovey. Because he's always bringing sweets into the change room, so I know I wouldn't go short of sweets.
What kind of sweets?
Oh, they're all different ones. To be fair, they're great. They're brilliant. They're finishing in about 2 seconds. And then I'd have Goody and Kev Nicol because every time we went away from home, long things, we used to sit up. It was when I think back, so I feel like a wee guy. All I was doing was listening to these stories that the two of them had for, like, obviously Goody's career. Yeah. The stories he has about. I mean, the guy scored against Victor Valdez for Scotland. You know what I mean? So I mean, and Big Kev just has stories of him being nuts when he was younger. So I'd get a laugh with him, and then I'd get to listen to Goody's his career.
It sounds a pretty decent bubble in my opinion.
Yep.
I think every Clive fan would be down for that. So we've got one last question, and then we'll just kind of sum up just after this. So, what has been your favourite moment so far at Clyde? We've had quite a few memorable moments, comebacks, etc.
It's easy for me. It's the promotion.
Yeah,
this has got to be the promotion. The full day, and then like being 1-0 down to come back in a game like that was brilliant. And then just going out that night, and we were out all night. To be fair, I think I went home about maybe 3 the next day. And then
in the afternoon,
slept,
that is.
I think I slept. Of course, it is. And then I slept to. I think I slept to about 10:30, and we were on the WhatsApp chat booking a flight to Portugal for 2 a.m. So we booked that. McNiff came and picked me up. Wait, McNiff, he poured me the strongest drink I've ever had. And then the rest is history, should I say? I don't think I was sober for a minute in Portugal.
Yeah, I mean it was quite a weekend for players and fans alike.
The wins bar as well.
I think I probably saw you in there, Mark. Can't remember, but it was a good time.
The wins bar was quality. Just
Aye.
being with all the fans for a couple of hours, and then we shut off.
I'll tell you
I
one
think that's
thing.
been a big thing in the last few years is the bond between the fans and the players. Do the players feel that? I know it's sometimes you hear
having the
top
fans
players say it, but
no having the fans in it.
it's murder for us as well. I can assure you. It's
just like the fans back you and sing all game, and then like I think the Clyde fans they come in good numbers at home and away. I'd like to see the playoff game. That was brilliant to see. That was a full stand, red and white. But that I think every player would love to see that. But obviously, it's not a big game. You get that with that type of stuff. But even in home games, good numbers come out. So and away games, it's probably one of the best backed going away, I'd say.
No, absolutely. So just very, very quickly, Mark, to finish up, do you have a message for the fans? Just obviously going into Saturday's game away to East Fife and the matches going forward.
Just obviously, this is for the players. We can't wait to get them back in Broadwood. Obviously, everybody's missing them, and hopefully we can go on a wee run now for these and get more wins under our belt and go up the table.
Smashing. Sounds very good, doesn't it, boys?
Oh, aye.
Mark, thanks very much for your time. Greatly appreciated. Goes without saying, all the best for Saturday to you and all the boys. And let's bring 3 points back from Methil.
Perfect, mate. Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much, mate.
All the best, Mark. Cheers.
And
take care.
Until next time, on the Clyde.
I'm on the bully.